Oh man, here it comes. Watch out. Sorry. It's like Sesame Street, kind of.
Can I go? Oh, I see. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of WMSC's Local Live. We are once again live from the ring, and we're here in Walker's Point, and tonight's broadcast also being live streamed. Hi, everybody out there in video land. You can watch along at WMSC.org as well as on WMSC's YouTube and Vimeo channels.
And Local Live is presented by Third Space Brewing. You have your home, you have your work, but everyone needs a third space. Now, please give a warm welcome to our musical guest for tonight, Chris Porterfield.
We've been falling behind every day for weeks. It's been getting darker and the clouds are forming. I couldn't find the keys and panic flapped its wings. And let in a little light on daylight savings morning. If I should go, if I should go, I'd do it for you. Spine for the knives that are coming. Siphon some gas, Silverado on the street. I can taste it on my teeth on daylight savings morning. I should go, if I should go, I'd do it for you. And in my hour of darkness, in my time of need, oh Lord, grant me wisdom, oh Lord, grant me speed. In my hour of darkness, I'm chasing what I cannot see. I just argue with the birds, singing too soon on daylight savings morning. I found the keys in your coat while you were still asleep. Who rejoices when the lost is found? The loser or the lost thing? Thanks. Yeah, man, it's really good to be here. Thank you to Aaron and Cal for inviting me to be a part of this thing. I'm sure we'll talk more as this goes on, but I'm primarily playing songs off of the latest Field Report record, which came out at the very beginning of all of this. You guys into tuning? I feel like every single time I've ever been on the air at WMSE, there's a good 3 minutes of tuning. You try to reason with a bolted door. When you get lost in your mind at night, who you are and were before, know that I am yours if you are mine. And I tried to get you back inside, but my keys don't unlock anything. I'm with the ghosts and angels killing time. I'm nothing for you if I don't believe. Things we say but don't believe. The things we know but dare not breathe. The wall of roses fell. It climbed off the trellis and onto the wind. The beauty that we thought we had, just thorny whips looking for skin. And loving you is hoarding smoke. There's nowhere for you to go. But in my lungs and in my bones, loving you while it kills me slow. The things we say and don't believe. The things we know and dare not breathe. The stark relief of tree on snow. The color's gone but comes the thaw. Tell me secrets, leave me notes on the paper they print Bibles on. Things we say and don't believe. Things we know and dare not breathe. Thank you. So here at the Ring in Walker's Point, Milwaukee. And this is my first time here, but man, this place is great. And places are only as good as the people. And I want to say thank you to Katie, and to John and to Paul for opening up their space. It's really nice. Paul was saying earlier he was thinking about piping in crowd sounds. I think it's a good idea. The places that I've been and may never see again. I won't say haunted, but I get visited. And it follows me around wherever I go. All things being equal, lately I just stay at home and I listen to the refrigerator hum. And I quietly hum along and wait for it to come. Begin to begin to begin to begin. Begin to begin to begin to begin. The dog knows her first. I can see it in her eyes. When she seeks me out, checks in, curls up and resigns. Like she heard music from the other room that she could recognize. The theme song from a rerun on the air all the time. She don't like it, she don't hate it, she just knows it's on. And there won't be conversation until the show is done. And I zone out and disappear. And it has begun. My darkness comes in darkness, and it stays till it is done. Begin to begin to begin to begin. Begin to begin to begin to begin. Blinding light, trip and fall. I'm a bat trapped in the house, clicking for the walls. I don't cry out no more, I just tiptoe down the hall. Baby, keep on sleeping. I get out the house and it's just before last call. Caramel brown bottles, Packers jerseys on the wall. Suck it down, check the clock and beg another round. Bartender says, dude, your idea of a good time always feels like a breakdown. Text my therapist, 2:46 a.m. Hey, it's Chris, it's been a while. It's happening again. I'll take the first hour that you can get me in. Begin to begin to begin to begin. Begin to begin to begin to begin. Begin to begin to begin to begin. Begin to begin to begin to begin.
Chris Porterfield on WMSE's Local Live. Thanks, Chris. That was beautiful.
That was
Thank you so
wonderful.
much.
And we missed doing the official
The
ring.
ring, right?
The
Whoops.
ring. So we're going to do that right
Official
now.
ring.
Well, that was piddly. There we go.
All
Much
right.
better. I feel better now. Phew. All right, now we can conduct the interview. So, Chris, we were wondering, what was the last show you played before the pandemic?
I mean, I think it must have been that gig at Transfer with Nathaniel and Old Earth Todd before Todd moved to Portland.
Right, that was early March.
Yep.
So this is the first show in such a long time.
It's so weird.
We feel so grateful to have you on the stage.
Man, tell me about it.
Absolutely.
At soundcheck today, just using a microphone just gave me life. It felt so good. It felt like a snowblower that you forgot to drain the gas out of, and then it's been sitting for a year, and then it snows and it's all gunked up, and then you gotta suck the gas out and then go get new gas. And then try to start it up and cross your fingers, and then it starts up, and it's just like, oh, yeah.
You forgot to winterize your microphone? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I guess I did.
So around that time of the show at Transfer, you had already put out a couple singles from the new album that would wind up on the album, and you'd been playing a lot of those songs. When did you know that it was an album, that it was going to be an album?
Well, it was that this collection of songs came together just out of making work. And it wasn't necessarily an intentional act of, okay, we're going into the studio, we're going to create an album, and this album will be this many songs, and it will deal with this theme, and it will be performed by these people. It was just, we had the luxury of having pretty open access to Wire and Vice here in town, the studio, and we just started making things. And one at a time, we would finish them and then put them in a pile. And then sometime in February, I looked at the pile again and I was like, you know what? If we get rid of a few things, this is actually kind of a compelling body of work. And I was interested in moving pretty quickly with it. Because this is the first release of this label venture. Started the record label, maybe, I don't know, called Fellowscop. And this is kind of the first release on that imprint. And so kind of wanted to move quickly just to see what it was like, to see if we could. And then we did, and then the world shut down. So I don't know if it works or not.
The jury's out. Well, I think we'll go on with a couple more songs now, if you're ready.
I sure can be.
Excellent.
Parked by the reservoir, a little drunk, comparing scars, and the volume of a river's love. Reach the barrier into the car. It pushes through. It pushes through. Could hear it off the service road, getting louder, deeper we go, roaring on the heavy, hazy creosote. Now through the trees, sucking smoke, it pushes through. It pushes through. And it's pulling me in, pulling me closer to you. I've been fighting it like a liar flailing at the truth. I'm shaking like the witness stand. You said take your shame and rip it up. And I wasn't ready for your hand. I was startled by a river's love. It pushes through. It pushes through. And it's pulling me in, pulling me closer to you. I've been fighting it. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, it pushes through. I'm fumbling and falling down, overwhelmed around above. Can't you see I'm gonna drown? I'm drowning in a river's love. It pushes through. It pushes through. And it's pulling me in, pulling me closer to you. I've been fighting it like a martyr waving off a rescue. Pulling me in, it's pulling me closer to you. I've been fighting it. Thanks. Shooting from the hip a little bit. Haven't really played these songs, so I'm grateful for the chance to give it a try. I dreamed we were shoulder to shoulder in the backseat, wearing puffy coats, being driven over a bridge to a funeral for one of our dream friends' folks. You kept leaning in to face me, and you grabbed for my hand in your gloves. My heart begs to be light, but my mind gets dark. Can't push us into love. Can't push us into love. When we were living right off of the on-ramp of the highway, we lulled you to sleep. Started to feel like the ocean. Brake light, red tide would pull you to dreams. I just heard cars and waves crash on the brick wall. The sirens around and above. My heart begs to be light, but my mind gets dark. Can't push us into love. Can't push us into love. There's a ribbon of white and a ribbon of red tying up the highway under helicopter prayers. My phone's blowing up from a number I don't know, texting over and over. Are you there? Are you there? Are you there? I know it's you, I thought that you moved. Your friends keep me filled in and out. My heart begs to be light, but my mind gets dark. Can't push us into love. Can't push us in.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, amazing.
There should be a huge crowd clapping right now, but this is all we got.
I'll take it.
All right. That was Push Us Into Love. So you were talking a bit before the break, or before your set, when you began to work on the songs, you were piecing things together. Where were you in that moment in time emotionally?
For that song? Or
Well,
just in general?
For the the general composition of Break Light, Red Tide, those songs, that little pocket.
There was a lot of just feeling of being unsettled, I guess, and not really understanding why. because it seemed like things should be good, things should be better. But I just wasn't feeling like they were. And so a lot of those songs come from that kind of place. I did start seeing a therapist during the making of that record, which was amazing, and I super recommend it to anybody who thinks they might benefit from it. But yeah, I don't know. To me, it just seemed like kind of like a dirty snow, gray sky kind of record.
And so much has changed in the past year since you were writing these songs and putting them out. Would you say that some of the meaning has changed on some of these songs for you personally? Like you think of them differently now?
I think so. I haven't really sat with it a whole lot, but even just playing them today, things have shifted on me a little bit. And it's interesting, you'd think that because of the COVIDity, that maybe I would personally have a little more sympathy for these isolated narrators, but I actually trust them less. I actually think they're full of it. I'm not sure what more to say about it than that, other than, I personally don't feel a lot of sympathy for these people. I don't know why.
Maybe it's the therapy.
Maybe. Yeah, there's like a pretty clear before and after. There's a lot of before.
So then the next song you're going to play, Puget Sound. Is there a little thing you can lead us into with this one?
Yeah, sure. So I wrote this one. I was on the road solo, and I was in the Pacific Northwest, and I had a couple of days off, and so I Airbnb'd an Airstream on the water, just south of, kind of between Seattle and the airport, and just kind of posted up there for a few days, and didn't quite lose my mind, but just kind of was like flirting with the idea of losing my mind.
All right, well, let's hear it.
I do have to say thank you to everybody for humoring me with the synthesizer bit. But it really does make it more fun for me. So long. When I see the ocean, I don't know how to look around. There's something on the horizon, I don't know how to call it, but it looks like it's coming aground. I'm surrounded by eelgrass, slipping stones, beach glass, bird bones, and some starts pushing through my skin. I'm growing roots, I'm growing wings, I'm dripping poison from my fangs. It's all happening again. I've been trying to tell you, but I get drowned out. Every call washing back on Puget Sound. It was the first time in a while. It was the worst timing. I got nobody here I can call. Hoping I can find a ride, 'cause I can see the water rising, meet up with the sky as it falls. Or is your city sinking? I'm going under, what does it matter? Can you call it your own without taking everything coerced by a horrible thirst? I've been trying to tell you, but I get drowned out. Every call washing back on Puget Sound. Can the night tell the truth? Can you trust the moon smiling while it lies to you, pulling water at your feet? If I'm using you, I hope you're using me. Find a kinder tide to pull you where you need to be, 'cause my time is spilling out. I got too much to keep. I'll try you again in a couple of weeks. I'm holding on to all of this, 'cause there's nowhere else to set it down till the tide recedes. I've been trying to tell you, but I get drowned out. Every call washing back on Puget Sound. Thank you. Well, we made a pretty short record, honestly. It's only, it's not super. It's only like 7 songs, and one of them is an instrumental. And I think the instrumental is my favorite one, I think. But I would like to do a couple songs from other records while we're here. When we lit up and left, how the smoke, it must have plumed. It billowed to the clouds and back, white, gray, black, where the morning bloomed. How we tell it now depends on who we're lying to. We ate the fruit, learned the truth, and spit the bits in the corner of the room. If I knew what I know, so far yet to go. If I knew what I know, so far yet to go. We were bouncing off the guardrail, shouting at the wind. We were off our meds, drinking again. We played them like a stolen violin. I knew my outlines and my ends, and I waited for something to fill me in. They couldn't understand. They were embarrassed by sincerity back then. If I knew what I know, so far yet to go. If I knew what I know, so far yet to go. In a flash I was wearing every one of your brand new tattoos. I took off my shirt like East Moline in summer, and I read upside down what you've been up to. And then your car crashed through the wall. There you were in the room. The blood red blood bled out to your outlines, and it filled you in. You were close enough to cough on, and your breath smelled like creme de menthe. Headstones, dial tones, where do we begin? If I knew what I know, so far yet to go. If I knew what I know, so far yet to go. If I knew what I know, so far yet to go. If I knew what I know, so far yet to go.
It is WMSE's Local Live, and that is Chris Porterfield of Field Report. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We really appreciate it.
So, Chris, we're dipping back into some older stuff there.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, is there like a marked difference between the time you released your previous record, Summertime Songs, and Break Light Red Tide? Was there anything significant that happened and changed within your songwriting? I know there were some like band member changes and sonic changes and such between the two records. Was there anything else?
Yeah. Well, I had a kid. That was a big change. And my relationship with music has changed quite a bit from that. And yeah, we've had some personnel shifts. It's always kind of shifting. Anytime you think you've got it nailed down, it's always slippery. And I guess that's kind of, I don't know. It might sound silly, but I think that's kind of, I've discovered that that's kind of the point of this project, is to just sort of slip around on some loose gravel and try to find your footing, and wherever you stand is where you are. I think, I don't know. I think if I was a little less restless and a little better at doing what people would maybe like for me to do, the band would maybe be in a different spot. But I really enjoy not knowing what's going to happen. Not that there's like some great miraculous thing that takes place. It's, you know, there's a pretty low ceiling on what I do, but I like that sense of danger and it borders on self-sabotage, maybe, in its less healthy incarnations. But that's what excites me. And I've been around long enough now where anybody who is sort of in the family with this project, whether as players and performers or audience members, I think everybody kind of gets that that's the vibe. And I'm really glad for that, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
Well,
it
you've
seems
taken
like,
on. Oh, go
It
ahead.
seems like, yeah, you like to keep things fresh and sonically interesting. And, I personally think it's probably best to do that when you have such a loyal audience, because they'll just go with you no matter where you're going to go.
Yeah. And, an audience, hello. It's good to see you, kind of. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for tagging along on this thing that we're all doing together. And there's not, there probably aren't a million of you watching, but there are a bunch of you, and we'll continue to pick up more along the way. My goal is to just be doing this for my whole life and to just sort of be dragging myself across whatever landscape it is. And if you're interested in my sort of worldview, here we go.
Well, I know that the songs on the new album have been a source of comfort, of connection for people since you put them out, and definitely for me. And I think a lot of Milwaukee musicians have really knocked it out of the park this past year, as we've kind of mentioned on the show before. I was wondering if there's anything that you've turned to in the past year to sort of take you out of maybe some dark times, or look to for a source of inspiration or comfort, any music that you've listened to?
Yeah. I think the thing that I've listened to the most and been the most, ministered to, our drummer, Devin Drobka, he's got a piano trio record that just really speaks to me. And it's just been a really healing thing for me. I think I've listened to that most as far as listening to anything for comfort in this time. I have to be kind of judicious with my listening, because most of my sort of ambient listening experiences come from Spotify Kids. My daughter, who's 4, I know all the songs, all of the songs. So that's most of what I experience orally these days. And so as far as seeking something out for comfort, yeah, Devin's Bell Dance Songs record.
Well, kids' music, that sounds comforting, right?
It can be sometimes. Sometimes it's pretty crass what some of these kids composers are gunning for.
Really?
As far as from a musical expression, or sort of a cynical cash grab. Like they know exactly what flicks them in the brain, and they go back to and back to and back to. But some of it's really lovely. I don't know. It's been really weird though, not listening to music in that way very much. It's been strange being a music person, as a self-identifying music person, having that become a separate thing. And a thing that I can sort of look at through the window, but not really even experience it. I was talking yesterday to my daughter, and we were talking about music, and she was like, "What was the name of your band again?" Because she's never known me being on the road. She was 2 the last time I was out touring, and then I stayed home last year to just be a caregiver. And then this year I was going to be out again, but she doesn't have any functional memory of that's what I do. And it's very strange. So this feels good. Long story short, this feels nice.
We're glad we could make it happen.
Me too. Cold snap like a coiled spring. Feel the frost an orange amber, just barely holding on, barely holding on. And now downtown's dialed up with tinsel and angels, seasons sneaking up like haircuts, teased apart and tangled. We were praying for a while, we took it all down like the garland falling off traffic signals. Leave the lights on, 'cause it might be nighttime when I get there, but I'm on my way home. Leave the lights on, 'cause it might be nighttime when I get there, but I'm on my way home. Putting on old clothes in a new way, putting on the pose of a new stage, and waking up every day just a little bit changed, while it breaks over us like waves. Long-lived beauty and short-lived pain, lust for wonder and hunger pangs. You gotta face your fear, not your shame. It doesn't end, it just wears away. Leave the lights on, 'cause it might be nighttime when I get there, but I'm on my way home. Leave the lights on, 'cause it might be nighttime when I get there, but I'm on my way home. I've been clawing away at what's underneath, closer than solid ground beneath your feet, closer even now than these lips and teeth, closer now than out of reach, closer now than out of reach. And the body remembers what the mind forgets. It archives every heartbreak and every cigarette. These reset bones, they might not hold, they might yet. Leave the lights on, 'cause it might be nighttime when I get there, but I'm on my way home. Leave the lights on, 'cause it might be nighttime when I get there, but I'm on my way home. I'm on my way home. I'm on my way home. Thank you guys so much. So, super grateful again to WMSE and the folks here at the Ring. They reached out about doing this, and we're maybe going to do it later on, but then it worked out to sneak it in right now as we are wrapping up your only chance ever to own Break Like Red Tide on vinyl. I kind of didn't even think about doing it, frankly. I thought it was just going to be kind of a lost record. But this company in Paris called Digger's Factory reached out and asked if we'd be interested in them putting it out. And so I said, yes, that would be lovely. And so we're doing like a super limited edition, numbered, heavy gram thing. And your last chance to order it ever is this Friday. So if you're interested, now is your shot. What else was I going to say? I was going to say something else. Oh, part of I was kind of putting out little offers of rewards for folks who would buy multiple copies, pre-order multiple copies of the record. And a bunch of people asked to get some handwritten lyrics if they ordered a couple copies. And it was a real trip to kind of go down that road and have a sort of a forced look at some of these things. And the most popular song by far that people asked to have written out was this last song I'm going to do called Route 18. I was really surprised by that. It's kind of cool. Thank you for listening. Elizabeth said last night, the lake roared like the ocean. I was landlocked under the orange-white solstice moon. Imagining a place just meant to conjure up another. 3 degrees of hometown disconnect in my unborn daughter's room. Take the 18 bus past the place my grandfather grew up. Before he got out and met a pretty Swede in the Bible college choir. Left his sister wearing saddle shoes in the care of the county, with her forehead covered in electrode glue as to not disturb the wires. Mistakes were made, grind it out. I can see the edges, the parts where the ends start hemorrhaging time and leaking love. Playing wounded so well, we felt like warm breath cool, like a class ring on a chain, the plastic jewel dropped out. Got your ghost ghouling all over Milwaukee, haunting the homes and the factories of captains of dead industries. I've seen no place with the capacity to hoard shame like us, and the warehouses possessed and left unsold by the city. I was 20 in September in the Windex dirty bookstore, and the cathode green skin screens were interrupted by the news. And they stole my story, my American heritage, my connection, and my star-spangled news. Jimmer drew a minty cool and a 9-volt battery and a pubic pile of gray steel wool from his jacket on the balcony. He said, "Are you feeling dizzy? You can come sit with me." That vertigo you're feeling is your heart trying to reconcile what it can't unsee. Gotta tear down the walls and set the captives free. Care for the blind so they too might see. Cancel the debts and all the service fees. Justice for all, then peace, maybe. If we dismantle our endless imperial vanity. Thanks so much.
Chris Porterfield, everybody, on WMSE's Local Live. And
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you
guys
so
so
much. Can you tell people one more time where they can go if they would like to pre-order the vinyl of the album?
Yeah. I think there might be a link in the business here. Also, if you go to fieldreportmusic.com, there's a link to it there. It's linked on the Field Report Instagram and the bio and the Twitter and the Facebook and all of it. So yeah, like I said, this is your last chance to do that. No pressure, but just letting you know. Closes on Friday. And then they ship in April.
So you have 3 more days to get this record on LP, everybody. I think if you're a fan of Field Report, you best check into it.
Yes, if you're a completist, you'll need it, along with the 7-inch that you guys put out. That's the other secret key to the Field Report vinyl completist.
Don't forget about
checklist.
that.
Amazing.
Right on.
Well, it was sure nice to have you play us a set. It's been a while.
Yeah, it was nice to do it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, folks. I think that is the official call of end. And we want to let you know that tonight's edition of Local Live was broadcast and live streamed from the Ring and Walker's Point, and Local Live is a production of WMSE 91.7 FM, produced by myself and by Cal, and engineered by John Michaels and Knieverland Productions. All video by Knieverland Productions as well, and all graphics by Rock Design. Local Live is presented by Third Space Brewing. You have your home, you have your work, but everyone needs a third space. Thanks so much again to Chris for such a great show.
And you can all find upcoming guests and archives of past Local Live segments at WMSE.org. And do tune in again next Tuesday at 6 p.m. We have an interview with famed percussion John Mueller. You'll want to hear that. Thanks to everybody here at the Ring and to Chris and to everybody watching and listening out there. And we'll see you again soon.
Bye.